Martin Luther King Jr. Are you kidding me? We all know the name, famously nonviolent in order to advance the civil rights movement. Both he and his father were born Michael King. His dad later changed their names to Martin Luther in honor of, Martin Luther. His dad used to beat him up until he was like 15 or something crazy. When he was 6, he was like best friends with this other kid who was white, and then the white kid's dad was like, "I'm racist and you can't be friends." And then they weren't friends anymore, which is sad. He suffered with depression a lot when he was a kid. When he was 12, he actually tried to kill himself by jumping out of a 2-story building. Obviously, it didn't work. He was a really good student, super smart. He skipped the 9th and 12th grade. When he was a junior in high school, he won first prize in an oratorical contest. And on the bus ride home with, his teacher and his other students and stuff, the bus driver was like, "You have to stand so that white people can sit." No. I'm not standing. I got here first. I have every right to sit down. And the teacher was like, "Listen, Martin, you're breaking the law if you don't stand up for this white person." So she made him stand up, and Martin Luther King Jr. described that as being the angriest he's ever been. And then in college, Martin became romantically involved with this white girl. But of course they're in the South, so everybody's like, "An interracial couple? If that happens, the world will explode!" All of Martin's friends were like, "Dude, you gotta cut it off, okay? Like, you're never gonna be able to make it as a pastor in the church, and isn't that what you want to do? Isn't that your life's ambition, is to work for the church? Like, they're never gonna let you if you've got a white wife. I really want to be a pastor, but I love this woman." And so he ended the relationship. He was heartbroken. A friend of his said that he actually never recovered. Meanwhile, William Shatner is kissing Nichelle Nichols on broadcast television, so making strides. He just wanted to do God's will with a capital G and a capital W. And he didn't start out as nonviolent. He had like a gun for self-protection. An advisor of his was like, "Hey, have you heard about this guy Gandhi in India? He was nonviolent and he like changed the world," or whatever, I don't know. But it's pretty cool and maybe you should think about doing that. Gandhi. And so he starts researching Gandhi. This guy was incredible. Let's go to India and learn some more about Gandhi. He goes to India and it changes his life, and he comes back completely convinced that nonviolence is the only way. Not a big fan of capitalism, but he was afraid of endorsing socialism because of all these crazy McCarthy brainwashed fanatics who believed that socialism equals communism, which, newsflash, it does not. This just in, contrary to popular belief, socialism and communism are not the same thing. But the FBI and this little gentleman named J. Edgar Hoover really wanted to discredit Martin for some reason, and so then they started like wiretapping his house. Rude. They were just trying to like connect him to communism. I don't know what, it's stupid. They were being stupid. Once upon a time, Martin Luther King Jr. hears about this woman, Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her seat on a bus for a white man. Martin was like, "This is preposterous. We have to boycott these buses until these stupid and outdated Jim Crow laws are eradicated." So he organized a year-long boycott. During this time, his house is bombed because people are crazy. During a book signing, this crazy woman who thought that Martin Luther King Jr. was conspiring against her specifically with the communists stabbed him with a letter opener. He survived. Martin Luther King Jr. was arrested 29 times. He was also super anti-poverty. He was born in a middle-class family and actually moved to the slums as an educational experience and to show his empathy and support for the poor. He is the youngest recipient of a Nobel Peace Prize. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated on April 4th. His last words were to a musician who was supposed to be performing at an event that King was attending that evening, asking him to play a song. And he said, "Play it real pretty." And those were his last words before some hole shot him in the head. Shit just got real, guys. He was 39 when he was killed, and during his autopsy, the doctor said that he had the heart of a 60-year-old man. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our next video about the fearless Amelia Earhart. Until then, live long, prosper, and be kind to animals.